In this lesson, we'll learn the most basic form of rigging in 3ds Max, which is linking. You may or may not be too familiar with the term linking, but you may be more familiar with parenting. Well, they're one and the same. With linking, we're able to create a relationship between objects where one or several objects can be fully controlled by the movement of another object. So essentially, we're creating a parent-child relationship where the child always follows the parent. So let me go ahead and show you what's happening in this scene. We have this robotic arm that we can work with. If we were to go ahead and select the forearm, start to rotate that around, just pressing the E key to access the rotate tool, you can go ahead and start to move this arm around, and you can see how it is not performing correctly. We should have the hand follow the forearm. Same thing goes with the upper arm. As we start to rotate that around, the entire arm should move. So with linking, we can take care of problems like this. So let's say we go ahead and learn the concept, learn how to use this basic yet very commonly used tool. We can find the link tool right underneath the main menu, the top on our toolbar. So if we look to the top left, here's the link tool. From there, with that selected, we can now select the object that we would like to be the child in the relationship. Then we would drag to what we would like to be the parent, what we would like to link to, which in our case is going to be the forearm. Once we've dragged, we can go ahead and let go, and now the relationship has been made. How do we know that? If we were to go ahead and now select the forearm, go back to our rotate tool, pressing the E key, we could start to rotate that around, and notice now the hand follows with the forearm as it should. Beautiful. So let's say we go ahead and take care of the upper arm. I'll go ahead and press Control Z to undo that. Again, we'll go to the link tool, and we'll want to now link the forearm to the upper arm. So again, we drag from the child to what we'd like to link to. And just FYI, if we see an X, notice how I've just brought the cursor over the forearm. If you see this X, that means that we cannot link to that object, which makes sense. There's no way we can link to the same object that we're trying to link to another. Notice we don't see that X when we bring our cursor over the upper arm. So I'll go ahead and let go to create the relationship. Now when we select the upper arm, go to the rotate tool and start to move this around. Now we're getting better results. Great. Now let me go ahead and show you what is exactly happening so you can see clearly how this hierarchy looks. We can use the schematic for that. We'll find the schematic under Graph Editor, New Schematic View. This essentially shows us the relationship of our objects we're working with. So as you can see, looking in the schematic, and just FYI, we can navigate around in the schematic with the same navigation controls in our viewport. So we can go ahead and pan with the middle mouse button, and to zoom in and out, we can always scroll, middle mouse button scroll. Alright, but notice the relationship we've created. So there's the hand, there's the lower arm, and there's the upper arm. And you can see how the arrows point down, letting us know what's the child, what's the parent. Now, we know how to parent or link objects, but how can we break that link? Well, I'll show you a few ways we can do that. Let's say if we wanted to remove the hand from this hierarchy that we have created. With the hand selected, we can go to the Unlink tool at the toolbar right next to the Link tool. Now when we do that, notice what has happened in the schematic. That hand is no longer a part of the upper arm hierarchy. So what does that mean? Well, if we were to select our forearm and start to rotate that around, the hand will not follow. I'm going to press Control Z to undo that. As we select the upper arm, of course, the lower arm is going to follow the upper arm. So that's one way we can do that. If we were to go ahead and link this back, which we could also do from the schematic, it's called Connect in the schematic, okay, but it's the same icon. So I'll just go ahead and choose Connect and drag from the hand to the lower arm to recreate that relationship. But if we would like to disconnect in the schematic, simply select that object again, which is the hand, and choose the Unlink Selected tool. Again, same icon. I'm going to select the hand, and there we go. The hand has been removed from the hierarchy yet again. But chances are we're going to want that linked back, so I'll just go to the Link tool and make sure that hand is going to be linked. Great. Alright, so in this lesson we've learned about linking. Again, it's also called parenting in other applications, but we, with linking, create a relationship where an object or several objects can be controlled by the transformations. That's the movement, rotation, and scale of another object.